For the past 2 years, I've noticed several buildings do not stock the tampon dispenser in women's bathrooms. According to Richard Jones, Vice President of Student Life and the Dean of Student Affairs, in an interview with The Wit last semester, the machines are not stocked because students can get them for free at the rec or the information desk in the student center, and that they shouldn't have to pay for these products. Now, the problem with that is that if you're in the High Street building or nowhere close to these locations, well, then you're really up Mother Nature's creek without a paddle. And that would take time to retrieve to retrieve the tampon would be valuable class time being missed. In a survey on campus, 90% of the women said that they wanted the machine stocked. Last year, Kristen Guglietti broke the story on this issue. Administration saw this story and said that they would work on the problem. In my opinion, if you want women to have tampons for free, it would be done already. If the school can have free condom Friday, I see no problem with Take a Tampon Tuesday. Back to you guys at the desk, Michelle.
So tell us, first of all, was Adele wrong for mentioning her black friend in her Grammy acceptance speech?
No, I don't believe Adele was wrong for mentioning her black friends in her Grammy speech, because she was talking about lemonade, and the thing with lemonade was it wasn't for popular mainstream consumption, so it wasn't for necessarily white people, and it was for the people who it was for, which is black people. So for her to mention that, she was emphasizing the purpose and what it signifies and what it meant to the people who it was for.
So do you think this was an example of white guilt?
I don't think this is an example of white guilt at all. What I think this is, what we're seeing is someone who is using their white privilege to actually benefit someone who earned this award. And so I don't think it's not white guilt. It's her using her white privilege to shed a light on something that was needed.
So why do you think there has been backlash against this, if that's the way?
I think there has been backlash on both sides, because I think sometimes people don't understand necessarily, and I think sometimes people kind of may look for something to be upset about, but I don't think Adele did anything wrong. I think she used her platform in a way that she needed to. I think she gave credit to where it was due, because, I mean, there has been history of the Grammys slighting marginalized people, black people, numerous of times on numerous occasions. I mean, there have been over 200 black performers, but yet only, 2 black performers who have won Grammys for Album of the Year. So she did a good thing. She did the right thing.
So do you have any problem with what Adele said?
I don't have a problem in that aspect of what she said. She did make a comment, and she probably meant it half-heartedly, where she mentioned that she wanted Beyonce to be her mommy. And the problem with that is that when you have someone as iconic as Beyonce and you reduce her to the mommy or the mammy character, it's degrading, because she's more than that. And we have come, as black women, more than just these stereotypes and these labels, and we have transcended that. So.
Okay, so to transition from one award show to another, so what are your predictions, or rather your expectations, for this Sunday's Oscar presentation?
Well, last year was Oscars so white. I mean, we see that there is definitely more nominees. I think Fences has been nominated.
Yes.
Hidden Figures. So I'm actually hoping to see maybe Taraji or Viola take the gold or something, because it would be thrilling just to see some of that diversity at the Oscars this year. Here with me is Naisha White. She is the president of Mu Sigma Epsilon, and she'll be talking about Greek life. Hi, Naisha. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm well. So you've been president of Mu Sigma Epsilon for the past year. Can you talk about how being in a Greek organization, how that has impacted your life personally?
Yes, definitely. So one of the greatest things for me in terms of joining my organization is just the way that I view myself has completely changed. Before being in a sorority, I lacked self-esteem and confidence, and through the connection that I was able to build with my sisters and the process that I went through, it's really built me up to love myself a lot more and believe in myself a lot more.
Alrighty. And also, has that impacted your college experience as well?
Definitely. So one of the cool things is that you know a lot more people. There's so many Greeks on campus, and everybody has sort of a similar shared story that they can talk about. And it's great to know that wherever I go, there's also going to be someone there that understands what it's like to be in a sorority. And then on top of that, just my organizational skills have been so much better. I've learned how to manage my time a lot more effectively and juggle a lot of commitments.
Okay. And when people tend to think of Greek organizations, they think of hazing or even the social aspects of, partying and strolling. But can you talk about how it's not like these stereotypes are not all that there is to an organization, a Greek organization?
Yeah, and one thing that I'll definitely note is it also depends on the organization you're looking at. My organization was founded on the principle of multiculturalism, so we're all about promoting equality and making sure that we're supporting women of different races, religions, and creeds. So for us, you don't have to be a certain type of person. You don't have to be a party girl to be in our organization. You just have to be someone who believes in upholding women's rights and multiculturalism.
Early birds don't always catch the worm in this case. While most Rowan University upperclassmen enjoy the modern updates of their housing, freshmen must cope with the lead-contaminated water in older buildings, such as Mimosa, Triad, and Chestnut Hall. The school paper The Wit was the first to cover the story after following up on a Rowan announcer.
It's funny because it's just when my first story as news editor, and I just jumped right in that night that we found out, and we got that article out in about an hour. The turnaround was incredible.
Students began to view this problem as an annoyance.
Really, I was just like, okay, there's lead in the water.
It's kind of hard sometimes because like you have to use like water, and like you can't like go to like brush your teeth without like worrying about like if you're gonna get sick or not.
Well, if they say the water's bad, that means I can't like brush my teeth, and you're supposed to brush your teeth like every time you eat, that. And then for like say like simple stuff, you're in your room, you need the noodles and stuff, you need to pour the water in there and then water to drink. So I would say probably like two maybe 3 cases, being generous, but probably 2 cases will be enough.
Residents here at Rowan University have been receiving bottles of water as university officials continue working on the lead water contamination issue.
Officials plan on fixing the faulty pipes once the students vacate the premises in December for their winter break.